The goal of this tutorial video is to help you get a little more familiar with entering formulas in Excel, in case that's something you need a little help with. It's a really useful thing to know because it can save you a lot of time. For the purposes of this tutorial, we are just going to enter the formula for a line and do some calculations based on that. So the formula for a line is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope of the line, the change in y over the change in x, and b is the y-intercept for the line. Let's assume that our line has a slope of 10 and a y-intercept of b. We don't really care what the units are for the purposes of this exercise. And we're going to enter some x values in this column over here randomly. There we go. And then we'll have a column here where we solve for y. And so this is where we're actually going to enter the formula y equals mx plus b based upon these x values, this slope, and this intercept. So let's go ahead and do that. When you want to enter a formula in Excel, first thing you need to do is hit the equal sign and then just click on the cells that have the information that you want for the calculation. So in this case, y equals mx plus b. So we say that equals m times x plus b, and then hit enter. And that's the result of the calculation. So that is the y value that corresponds to an x value of 1 on a line with a slope of 10 and an y-intercept of 5. Okay, so we can do the same thing right here. Y equals m times x plus b. And let's just keep it going here. Y equals m times x plus b. A few more times. M times x plus b. Okay, that's good enough. So we can see that it gets a little bit tedious entering the formulas one by one. It's not so bad for a small set of data, such as we have in this column here, only 6 values. But if you had a huge data set or a lot of data, you wouldn't want to have to enter those formulas one by one. It would just take too long. It wouldn't be very efficient. A better way to do it would be to copy and paste your formula across a large range of cells. So let's see what happens when we do that. Let's enter another column over here so that we can compare the values that we calculate to those that we calculated initially. So I'm just going to copy this formula, just Control C to copy it, and then I'm going to paste it right there. And we see that when we do that, we get a different value. The reason that value is different is because the formula has shifted over, just like the cell that we're pasting the equation into has shifted over. So let me illustrate that for you. If I click on this cell and then click on the formula bar up here, you see that it highlights the cells that are included in the calculation. So y equals m times x plus b. If I click that check mark, I can get out of there. I do the same thing over here. What I see is that those cells have all shifted over two cells, just like the formula has, where I've entered the formula. So I can prevent that from occurring. In this case, I don't want it to occur, so I can do that using proper cell references. If I want to fix the column that's included in my equation so that it doesn't move when I copy and paste the formula, I can do that by hitting a $sign, putting a $sign in front of the column letter. If I want to fix the row for that cell also, I can do the same thing, put a $sign in front of it. So let's do that for all of these and see what happens. Oops. See what happens. And then hit enter, and then I'm going to copy that and just paste it down here. Well, when I do that, what I see is that this cell is correct, right? but all of these other cells are not correct. And that's because nothing is changing in the formula. And in fact, in this case, we do want one thing to change. We want it to account for these changing x values. But right now, x is fixed. It's just set on this individual cell. We can allow x to change in our formula by removing that dollar sign there, and this way, as the formula is pasted downward, the x cell that it takes information from will move downward. So let's do that, and then copy and paste again, and we see, there we go. Now we're getting the formula changing the way we want it to. Okay, so I hope this illustrates that these cell references are really important, and just helps you get started working with equations in Excel. This is going to be really important for our homework assignment, but something that as a useful skill that you can develop over time for your careers. If you have any questions, the help file for Excel is usually pretty helpful, and I encourage you to also check with your classmates or come ask me if you need additional help. Good luck.